Number 10. Right or left. It is somewhat rare to find a left-handed individual. Statistics show that between 10 to 15% of the world's population prefer using their left hand. Women are more likely to be left-handed than men by about 4%. A few more studies on left-handedness show that 20% of all Mensa members' dominant hand is their left, which may even suggest that they are somewhat smarter than the average righty. Although being left-handed may now seem to be the better choice, there are several cons to it as well, one of which is that 15% more left-handed people end up becoming alcoholics. Number 9. Left on the curb. August 13th is officially known as National Left-Handers Day. Launched in 1996, this yearly event celebrates left-handedness and raises awareness of the difficulties and frustrations left-handers encounter on an everyday basis. This is a result of a world that was made and styled in a way that better fits the needs of the predominant righty society. The Left-Handers Club protests scissors, writing utensils, kitchen items, and computer products that are exclusively made for righties. Number 8. Don't shake with the left. History has had much to say about left-handedness. The trait may have been seen as a nasty habit, a mark given by the devil, or even signs of criminality and homosexuality. Proper etiquette in the Middle East states that the left hand should rarely, if ever, be used, only to clean oneself in the bathroom. In some religions, the right hand is required to be used for practically everything. The left hand is more or less reserved as a backup, and only comes into practice at the most dire of times when it is needed. Many historians have noted that those who must involuntarily use their left hand have been discriminated against by social and religious institutions for centuries. Number 7. Which phrases are left? Phrases in English suggest a negative view of left-handedness. For example, a left-handed compliment is actually an insult. A left-handed marriage is not a marriage, but an adulterous sexual liaison, or even a left-handed honeymoon with someone else's husband. A left-handed wife is actually a mistress. These are just a few of the many derogatory ways left-handedness is referred to in everyday life. For some, a left-hander is just another name for a queer. Number 6. Intelligence to the left. Tests conducted by St. Lawrence University in New York found that there were more left-handed people with IQs over 140 than right-handed people. Famous left-handed individuals include Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Charles Darwin, and Benjamin Franklin. As we stated earlier in this video, left-handed men and women may generally be slightly more intelligent in the long run. As of 2014, 3 of our last 4 presidents in the United States have been left-handed. Number 5. Don't use the left. Both the Jewish and Christian traditions are strongly right-handed in their nature and practices. For Catholics, Anglicans, Episcopalians, and other denominations of this sort, the priest must present the communion wafer or bread with the right hand, and the communicant accepts it with the right hand. Although in more traditional practices, the Eucharist is given on the tongue. All benedictions must be made with the right hand, and a priest symbolizes the strong right hand of God and acts as one of his successors on earth, along with the Pope, who is the head and leader for all Catholics. It should also be noted that the sign of the cross is made with the right hand. Number 4. The left-handed curse. In witchcraft text in medieval Europe, it was the left hand that was used to harm or curse another person. To put a curse upon another being, witches were instructed to silently touch the recipient with the left hand, which would convey the curse. Additionally, the devil supposedly gives his gathering a benediction with the left hand, as opposed to the right-handed blessing of the Christian church. He would also baptize and anoint with his left hand. This helps to better clarify the previous statements on left-handedness and religion. Number 3. A Lefty Wedding. There are two divergent theories regarding wearing the wedding ring on the left hand. One theory is that it started with the ancient Egyptians, who believed that, despite the left hand's supposed flaws, placing the ring on this hand brought it nearer to the heart. Another theory attributes the origin to the Greeks and Romans, who wore the rings to ward off evil associated with the left hand. Number 2. To trick a lefty. In a recent experiment, left-handers who watched an 8-minute clip from the film Silence of the Lambs showed more fear than right-handers. Psychologists believe that this may be because the right side of the brain is dominant in lefties and is more involved in fear responses. Some studies determine that left-handed people may be more easy to trick and/or manipulate. In these studies, it was also noted that left-handed individuals may suffer more trauma from PTSD than those who use their right. Number 1. Lefties at birth. If you are curious whether your baby is going to be a lefty, take a close look at your ultrasounds. They show that 90% of babies in the womb seem to favor the right thumb, which is nearly the same percentage of righties in the population today. Also, when babies in a study were placed on their stomachs, the right-handed babies turned their heads to the right, while left-handed babies either favored the left side or put their heads to either side without preference. Like these top 10 videos? Subscribe by clicking the annotation here and give our video a like. Have an idea for a future top 10? Leave a comment in the section below